So welcome all for the second video lecture on construction, project management and entrepreneurship. So this is the second lecture. So in the first lecture we have discussed about some of the basics. It is a recap what we have discussed. So from today in the second lecture we will move on to the specific, which is most important in this module. Okay, module number one, that is construction planning and scheduling. Okay. So today we will see what exactly this construction planning and scheduling. And in this, in the left side, this is the window. This is the contents of this, what we are going to discuss. Okay, so initially we are going to discuss about this, what is work breakdown structure, okay, definition, okay, types, and what is the Gantt chart, preparation of network. Okay, so that is one thing. So we'll see what are the things we can do further. So our first topic is work breakdown structure. So if you see, if we take any projects, we can't able to execute as a whole, one at a time. So we should be able to break down each and every activities or events, let us say, into number of parts. So otherwise we can't able to execute any project. So that is one thing. And the second reason is each event or each activities in a construction project, it will have an interlink. You already know. So in this discussion, we are going to discuss in a systematic way, so that we can able to understand in your when you are going to involve in activities. I think so many of you are involved in various construction activities. But here, from this is a core subject, which is very, very helpful for your future in your future career, so that in a systematic way you can able to control or monitor or execute the project on time. Uh, but also this subject is having in what we can say that the integrated lab. In your lab also you're going to use the software. So, but as for my understanding, for small project, that doesn't matter. Okay, only for big construction project, mega projects like apartments, so big so showrooms or apartment buildings and commercial complex and software development blocks, big software parks, companies. So those are all without this construction project management software, it is impossible to handle, right? So, but if you just you are working here, no, so many of you are working in the field sites and all, a small project, so G+1 project, or a small a bridge project, or abutment, okay, or a deck slab, like this for small project, this is not required. So only this construction project management as a whole, it come into picture or it's having its own importance in case of big mega projects. Okay. So let us, but you can able to implement, even though it is a small project, you can able to implement this what you are going to learn in this subject. Okay. So first we'll I try to understand what is this work breakdown structure. What is this work breakdown structure? A definition. So definition is you see breaking work into smaller tasks. The simple definition is one work is there, one big task is there. Let us say for that big task, you just break into smaller tasks. Break, you see work breakdown structure. The definition is in the that this words itself. In the work breakdown structure, you divide the work into smaller parts, you break it. So from that we can able to achieve productivity. You see it is a common productivity technique. You can able to achieve the productivity which is used to make the work more manageable and approachable. That's what. Okay, you can able to manage the work easily. You can able to track it, you can able to manage it, or you can able to spend your money systematically. That's what this work breakdown structure means. For projects, the work breakdown structure. So from now onwards, I'm not going to call again and again work breakdown structure. I will call it as WBS. So what is this WBS? So the WBS is a tool. You see, there is a tool that utilizes this technique, and it is one of the most important project management document. This is also a part of this document. Mm. So because as I told, in case of big projects and all, you can't able to uh, tell orally, oh, this is what I am doing, this is what I am going to spend, this is what is going to happen in the next stages. No, orally you can't able to tell all these so many tasks, hundreds of tasks, activities will be there. So this, if you are implementing this technique, or if you are going to implement this tool, so you can able to produce a document. So this will be a document of evidence, so that you can able to show to the your clients or your manager. You see, I've done this. What I say, I've achieved the target. You see, I've completed on time, or I've completed before the deadline. I've saved the money. You see, so many things you can able to communicate with this tool. Okay. So work background structure is a deliverable focused hierarchical grouping of projects. There is one more thing. So what is this hierarchical grouping? Hierarchy. We will see. We will go to take up one example. Hierarchy. For example, if you take, if you want to construct any multi-story building, what is the first thing? Hierarchy. What is the first and foremost thing? For example, soil testing. Next is excavation. Hierarchy. Based on hierarchy, you are going to group this, not haphazardly. You can't able to do directly concreting like that. No, it is a hierarchical grouping of projects. It defines the total work scope of the project. That is one thing. Okay. Next, deliverables. So what is the meaning of this deliverable? The next so meaning is, what is this meaning of deliverable here? So the deliverable is nothing but a tangible, measurable parts of the project. Non-deliverable items of work such as designing, okay, resource procurement, financing of a project are non-deliverable in the work breakdown structure. So, so I think I were getting this. What is this first one we are discussing? We are discussing about what is work breakdown structure. You know what is work breakdown structure now. So what is this? You just would divide your work or break your work into smaller parts so that it can be easily manageable. That is nothing but work breakdown structure. And it is an hierarchical grouping of projects. That is the second. The third thing is, in work breakdown structure, we will have two types. One is deliverables and second one is non-deliverables. Deliverable means you can able to measure it, you can able to quantify it. Okay. Non-deliverable means designing process, okay, the financing of project. So those are non-deliverables, which are not included. Okay. The concept here is, so these things, designing, resource procurement, and financing of project, these are not included in this work breakdown structure or tool or software, whatever you're going to use. It is out of scope. Right? Because while designing, for example, for designing a building, it requires 15 or 1 month of this design. So that 1 month you can't able to incorporate in the construction project management. Okay, it is out of scope like that. And financing also, how much money you have spent, no, no. So those are the things you are not going to include in this for building structure. Next one, the project work can be broken down into manageable parts arranged in a hierarchical order. That's what I told, into sub-project or task, work packages, and activities. That is one. So the second is types of work breakdown structure. So what are the different types of work breakdown structure we can able to expect? Okay. So the types of work breakdown structure is, one is deliverable based, second one is phase based. The most common approach is deliverable based. You see, this deliverable based approach is most common approach of WBS. Then what is this deliverable and phase based? Let us see. First one, deliverable based WBS. Okay, deliverable based WBS structure clearly demonstrates, okay, the relationship between the project deliverables and the scope. Okay. Scope, that's what? Total scope of, for example, your scope of work is to construction of a house. This is your scope of the work. And what about the project deliverables? You see, these are the nothing but project deliverables. What you are seeing in this picture is nothing but your project deliverables. Okay? So you take this, for example, in order to do this, so what are the things you should be able to do? First one is the main scope of your project is uh, construction of a house. Then what are the deliverables? Deliverable is level 1 deliverable, level 2 is level 2. So if you want to go for example, internal, foundation and external. What is internal? Internal means inside. Is not going to see. You see, if you take electrical, you are not going to see this network of electrical system, which is there inside your slab, inside your wall. So those are things you can't able to actually see. Plumbing and all that and all, it will be hidden inside your walls or roofs, or it may be outside your building itself. Those are called internal. And next one is foundation. The second one is foundation. The second one is foundation here. Excavate or steel erection. Next is external. What is external? Is masonry work and building finish. So this is called deliverables. The scope is construction of house. So these are all deliverables. So can anyone see in this deliverable the design of foundation or design of beam, design of columns? No. What is the cost of the project? No, nothing is included. That's what we have discussed in our previous uh, 2 3 minutes back. That is one. So what about the next one? The next one is phase-based WBS. First one is delivery-based WBS. Second one is phase-based WBS. What is the meaning of phase-based? So the phase-based is level 1, okay, the level 2, level 3. Some phases will be there. You see this. So this is same. You take the same construction project. Okay. You take the same construction project. So it is phase-based. So you take the same thing, the same construction of house, how it will going to look like in phase-based WBS. The phase-based WBS is nothing but you see design phase. Okay, level 1 is design phase, procurement phase, construction phase, okay, inspection phase, and finance turnover phase. So these are different phases of construction of house. So here, so which one is what you feel? Which one is better? Which one is very clear, so that you can able to proceed for further for the construction. So this one or this one. That's what. The second, the first one is the most commonly used type of WBS is deliverable based work break or WBS. Yeah, that is. So next coming to the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is nothing but a visual view of task scheduled over time. Okay. So this is nothing but a visual view of task. So visually you are going to see. You can't just list out 100 activities in a sheet of paper and you are going to tick. First one is completed, second one is complete. No, it is impossible. Only for small projects you can able to do small culvert, a small deck slab construction. That and all you can able to do. But if you take a complex or you take a simple residential building 30 40 side, it is impossible to go on listing so many activities one by one and you go on ticking in a sheet of paper. It is not possible. So the best way is to use the Gantt chart. So this Gantt chart and all you are going to do it practically in your lab. Okay, you can able to correlate or interrelate these concepts what we are discussing. So what is Gantt chart here? A Gantt chart is a visual view of task scheduled over time. You can just see here. So well, we will see the picture. Let us have some theoretical concept. Okay, Gantt charts are uh, used for planning projects of all sizes, and they are very useful of showing what work is scheduled to be done on specific day. You are very specific. The project will going to begin, what date will going to begin, how many days it is going to happen, and what is the project completion day. Everything is mentioned in that schedule. Okay, it is a visual schedule. So they also help to view start. That's what I said. So start and end dates. Okay. And you see this project management tool. So this is a project management tool. What is this? Gantt chart is a project management tool. Okay. 80%. Okay, we are going to use 80% of this tool in your construction project management. So used to planning big shipbuilding projects. That told no. So previously it has been used for shipbuilding projects. So graphical way of showing the task, duration, project schedule. So does not explicitly show relationship between tasks. So in this, just we will show in next this one. It will not going to show the interrelationship between the tasks and limited use for project tracking. It is not used for project tracking, but it is easy to understand. Let us see one um, picture, okay, so that you can able to understand. You see, so this is one typical picture of Gantt chart. So where, so what are the things you can able to observe here? You see, first one is let us say analysis, on-site meeting. It will going to start from here. On-site meeting, discussion with stakeholder. Okay, so next design database, software design interface, create design specific design complete, then development of modules. So this is what you are seeing is for some software company, let us say. For construction company, how it is going to look like? You see, you can able to see this here, month, okay. So month, days. So everything is systematic so that you can able to easily handle on what is the, for example, some project may get delay. So those are things we can able to so analyze. So, but if you see any task, it is not only you see these tools are not only used for this construction. It can be used for all types of industry, manufacturing industry, mechanical, civil, electrical, and even software companies. So everybody can use this Gantt chart. Okay? You see, this is one thing. One more project. Let us say one more project is this for. Here clearly you can able to observe. So what are the things here? So clearly you can able to see what is this completion uh, date of this percentage of completion. Okay, and this day. So this is about this month or days, and what is the milestone. Okay, each and every project will have a milestone, whether you have completed the milestone. So milestone means what? For example, from excavation to plinth beam. Okay, from excavation to plinth beam, let us say one milestone. Then from plinth level to lintel, another milestone. From lintel to next to first floor. Just for example. So that is we will call milestone. So these are nothing but tasks. So you can just see the so many tasks are here. Okay, start date. Okay, this is start date and end date, finish. So everything you can able to see here. Actual, what is the actual, what is the plan, what is the delay, calendar. Everything will be there in the Gantt chart, right? So finally, we can say what are the users then. So finally, we can able to summarize these users of Gantt chart. The on a Gantt chart, you are can easily see okay this part of the date of the project, what the project tasks are, who is working on each task. You see, you can able to assign. You can able to assign the task for your juniors. When task can start and finish, how long each task can take. So how tasks group together or overlap. Sometimes some tasks may overlap. Okay. So what is the overlap? Can you just you see this is a very practical oriented. So what are the things that can overlap here? For example, just if you take a foundation, they are doing the foundation concreting. Once they are doing the foundation concreting, let us say 50% of the foundation concreting over, another 50% they should do on the same day. So in the same day, 50% concreting is going to happen for the other type of footings. But in the same day, some water tank, okay, underground water tank is constructing in the site in the same day. You see, some tasks may overlap. Those are things we can able to identify. Then finally, what is the finish date of the project? So these are the things which is very helpful to if you use this Gantt chart, right? That is one. So that's all about discuss. So what we have discussed, we have discussed what is work breakdown structure, its definition, types of work breakdown structure, okay, and what is deliverables, and deliverable based WBS, phase based WBS, and we came to what are these Gantt chart and its definition and its uses. Okay. So then we will go to this preparation of network diagram. So this is another way of technique we can able to tackle. We should be able to tackle this huge construction project for timely uh, completion. So introduction, we will see what is this network diagram. If you take this due to this advancement in technology and the speed of execution of modern construction, this always all the project involves interrelationship of voluminous independent activities. Okay? As I told you, if you take any construction project, that construction project involves interrelationship of voluminous independent activities. Activities may be independent, but they are going to interrelate to each other. So, for example, column casting. The casting of columns is dependent upon your casting of foundation. Unless otherwise you are going to cast the foundation, it is not possible to cast the column. But casting of foundation and casting of columns, casting of roofs, those are all independent activities. Okay, so those are all independent activities, but they are interrelated each other. Okay? One activity after the completion of one activity, then only we can able to do another activity. So that is one thing. So these projects carry the risk of schedule slippages. That's what I've done. So there will be a slippages of schedules. So time there may be some delay or inadequate decisions and contractual complication. That's what one of the projects. What has happened? Uh, as a designer has given underground water tank. Okay, it's underground sump that we have given this reinforced concrete underground sump, but they are done in masonry. You see, that's what these contractors, these sometimes clients, they are not going to agree the structural engineers direction. This is what actually it has happened in real time. Recently, it has happened. We have given this underground water tank some reinforced concrete. You see, always we are going to prefer RC underground water tank. It is always better. If you want to last long for 30, 50 years, we are not going to get any problem. But if we are doing masonry, we can expect cracks, leakages, so many issues will be there if you are going to use the masonry. So then that's what some decisions, inadequate decisions, sometimes it will going to delay. And again, we need to demolish that, or we should be able to rework. So many things will be there. It is a very complex situation if you take any real time this mega projects and all. That is one thing. And what about next one? The network analysis techniques which are developed between, see, it is not a new thing. So these techniques, you see 1950, 1960, they have developed, and it is a effective management tool. Okay, for what? For planning, scheduling, and controlling of complex projects. So the term project network analysis is a generic term that covers all network techniques used for planning, scheduling, and controlling. Okay. So there are three such techniques. The network technique is a common technique. There are three techniques. All these three techniques we will call it as a network technique. So what are those techniques? One is critical path method, CPM. Second one is program evaluation, and first one is critical path method, and second one is CPM. What we call CPM. Second is PERT. PERT is program evaluation and review technique, and the fourth one is PNA. Now, first time it is called as PDM, Precedence Diagramming Method, or now it is called as Precedence Network Analysis. This is the third one. And the fourth one is Graphical Evaluation Review Technique, GERT, let us say GERT. So these are nothing but the network analysis. Okay. So let us say in the next, we're going to stop this discussion here. In the next class, we are going to see how exactly these network analysis are used to plan, to schedule, and controlling the projects. Okay. So thank you.